What is your intro, anyways?
Oh, we just do it like a simple, normal one. I introduce the people and say, welcome to Lethally Stupid Podcast.
Lethally Stupid.
Lethally Stupid.
Yeah, that's the name of the channel now. It's no longer Thumbfuckers.
No longer Thumbfuckers.
Yeah, it's
Lethally
Stupid,
formerly Thumbfuckers.
Not even with a PH?
No.
That's how it was originally, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same channel. It's just now named differently and branded differently also.
So Brandon's gonna hear every single one of these words, and he's gonna edit all this shit.
Yeah.
You're kike. Kike. Like jerk to Dylan.
But he wanted you on here because you're, your original,
one of the original
guys.
Members.
I was brought on, and I've probably been in more stuff than anybody on the channel now. So.
Straight up, you've been in like every single one.
I was also brought on.
Yeah.
Ass
Yeah.
Nonsensical title. Thumb ass.
Yeah, exactly. So welcome to Lethally Stupid, everybody. Today we're here with myself, Dyson. I'm here with Soren, Will, and also Mr. Gabes. So we're going to talk some more Avatar. I think specifically Best Villain. Is that what Brandon said? So
that was something I mentioned in the group, and yeah.
Oh, it was you who mentioned it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. He wanted us to talk more Avatar, and you said Best Villain.
Who's this Will you speak of, motherfucker?
Oh, sorry, Kibbs. Yeah. I don't know who Will is either. Yeah, Kibbs.
That Will guy. We don't know who he is.
Yeah. You just look like a Will. I always forget that.
Will. My face is a Will.
Like a sophisticated William. I'm still thinking, honestly, about who I think is the better villain. So if you guys have any...
Well, I think it kind of depends on the criteria you rate them by. Because, if you go for the most prolific villain, then it would probably have to be, like, the original Fire Lord, right?
Yeah, Fire
because
Lord
he conquered,
high,
basically most of the world.
Right. Well,
so,
he inherited it.
His life was short-lived.
Cabbage Man.
I thought he inherited it because it was, like, 100 years ago when the Fire Nation took over, right?
Yeah, but he's still, ruling with an iron fist and this whole thing.
Yeah,
he's the one we have experience with.
Yeah, exactly. And
so he's like a full-on dictator.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and he was probably the most prolific out of the Fire Lords who were in charge during that time.
Well, and there was the whole, Sozin's Comet thing where he got superpowered for a while.
Yeah, which is why the Fire Nation took over originally was because of Sozin's Comet.
Yeah, and that's a 100-year cycle, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, they found him just in time, I guess.
Yeah.
Or it would have been really bad, because I guess he didn't have, like, an iron fist hold on the entire planet yet, but he would have if the Avatar hadn't have been there. So
yeah.
He would have totally taken over everything.
Yeah, and then who knows what would have happened at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's hard to say.
But yeah, so,
But then you have more, like, chaotic or destructive villains, I think, because... You have, like, I can't remember the magma bender's name, but, he is incredibly destructive.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he probably killed a...
Explosion Man.
Also incredibly destructive, probably responsible for killing a lot of people.
And then there's just evil in the way that they use their bending, not as destructive, just straight up evil is probably the guy who did blood bending, who made that.
That was that Amon?
That was a lady.
Was it? Okay,
well,
just bloodbending in general. I think anyone who uses that is pretty evil.
But it was also in Korra.
It wasn't Korra. That was Amon.
That's what Amon used to, like, take people's power
Yeah, and he
away.
took all of Korra's bending away, and then she learned airbending, and then, boom, she got it all back, because, Avatar, like, they're going to have bending.
Yeah, and then when it comes to just, like, straight-up cruelty, there's Azula is probably, a question,
Yeah, so looking at different requirements, there's a lot of good villains.
Yeah. And Zahir is voiced by Henry Rollins, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah, that's true. Who became like the avatar of like the bad Avatar in Korra?
Oh, that was Unalaq, I think was his name.
Unalaq, yeah.
Her uncle.
Okay, was it? Okay, because I don't like. Would he be considered super evil, or would it be the?
I think he would be.
To,
honestly, you might be able to argue that he is more evil than the spirit he was trying to bond with, because it's just kind of like an incarnation of chaos and evil and stuff. It just kind of does what it does naturally, though.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
A weird way.
So that's why I was thinking, like, well, maybe he's evil because he was trying to be like the anti-Avatar.
Yeah.
Which is all. Kibbs, you've only seen Airbender, right?
Yeah, just the original Airbender cartoon from Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Korra's definitely worth a watch.
It is worth a watch.
We mentioned it before in our private talks.
Yeah, it's worth a watch, but there's a whole previous episode about how, Soren likes Korra better. I like Airbender better, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely
it's more of a
watched
character thing for me. I like
Airbender a lot
characters,
more than Korra.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do learn a lot more history about like the Avatar state
Yeah.
and just history of it and Korra for sure.
And I do remember talking to you a little bit off mic earlier about how I watched the movie, the live action movie,
Uh-huh,
and you were
yeah,
like,
which
you
I
looked at
think-
me sternly with a very stoic face. You were like, we don't talk about
Yeah,
that.
pretty
about
much. No,
I'm like,
that's horrible.
I'm sorry, dude. Don't be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, we
no,
don't hate. No, That's
No,
like,
we
I'm-
just
I'm
refuse to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that about? Like, did you not like it?
Oh,
Or
yeah, it's just
'cause
not very
it's-
good.
But well,
Yeah.
most live action adaptations kind of suck. I mean, did
Yeah,
you
but
watch,
it's like-
Did you watch Cowboy Bebop on Netflix?
I did not.
Yeah, you're good.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's
You're good.
Death Note on Netflix.
There's also the.
So I didn't even like the Death Note anime, so.
Yeah.
It was alright, but
Yeah.
like the Dragon Ball Z live action one, that one kind of sucked too.
Yeah.
Oh, Dragon Ball might.
Or
I
Dragon
don't know.
Ball
It's
Z.
between Dragon Ball and
Avatar,
Avatar is the worst like live action
Yeah.
animated like version of an animated thing.
for
But
sure.
I guess we're kind of
Yeah.
derailing from that. But yeah, the only thing I remember from the OG Avatar series is Cabbage Man mostly. And honestly, if they give him a side
You know,
story,
Yeah,
it
he
would
has
be
the
honestly-
most reason.
exactly.
To be a villain. Yeah,
Exactly,
Now,
yeah.
I guess the true villain could be anyone who ruins Cabbage Man's cabbages.
That's
are
true, but that would
actually
be-
a true villain.
So the whole time.
which is just anybody.
Yeah.
Look at,
So I guess the
what's his
Avatar
name?
group.
Yeah.
are the true villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Those
they're
fucking
normally the
trio
ones.
and like damn
Yeah.
monkey and bison.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the ones that are horrible. Horrible.
I think personally my pick for worst villain would be Zahir from Korra.
Yeah.
Or the
Worst as in they're the most villainous villain.
yeah. Just because he's one of those. He's an ideologue.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah,
convinced
he has an
that.
ideology and he's
Yeah, and
working
he's
toward,
very dedicated to it, and yeah, really
I mean,
does
yeah,
not
when it
mind
comes to-
sacrificing or hurting people in the name of that ideology.
Yeah, when it
so.
comes to like the most bad, like just evil villain, I mean, I might have to agree. I think Zahir's a good choice.
Yeah.
Because he was one of the ones I was thinking about. Zahir is definitely like, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Well,
he
and
has his ideals and he's doing what he can to get them fucking done.
Yeah, like, and the way he'll
into
just
it.
lie to people.
Oh
so.
yeah, just straight up lie.
This is all in the Korra one.
This is all in Korra, yeah. Yeah, Zahir's a great villain. He's
Yeah.
awesome. And then there's, Amon, but, his is
Yeah.
he's more villainous towards, like, Korra herself and not, like, just in villain of the world. Yeah, because, like, Zahir was just straight up, like, he was villainous to everybody.
Yeah. Well, and he's also convinced himself that he was doing it all in the name of the greater good,
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true.
it's like, but, can't really be doing anything in the name of the greater good if it's also hurting
Yeah.
innocent people. So
Yeah, I think it was Zahir. What do you think, Gabe?
I'm still thinking.
Still thinking, yeah.
what are you, Kibbs?
There's Ulamog. Yeah, he's still a great villain.
Yeah.
He's more Agent of Chaos for sure.
Yeah, well, wasn't he? He
or
worked
was-
with the Red Lotus, so
Did
he
he?
would have been in the same faction as Zahir, if I remember right.
Was he Red Lotus?
I'm pretty sure.
Is it Red Lotus or White Lotus?
White Lotus is the good guys.
Yeah, that's like
Uncle,
Iroh.
Uncle Iroh and
Yeah.
all of them were a part of.
Mhm.
Yeah, which you know about the White Lotus at least.
From Uncle Iroh and whatnot. I kind of
Which
remember
Uncle
that.
Iroh,
Yeah.
fantastic. That's
Dude, I wish he was my uncle.
that's the only.
Yeah.
Everybody says that, though, I think, yeah.
That's the only bad thing about Korra is that they don't have the same guy
They
to do the voice
yeah.
because he was dead. If I
But he's
remember
in
right.
it, though.
Iroh is in it,
Uh,
but they don't have the same voice because I'm pretty sure the voice actor was dead.
his nephew, that firebending douchebag.
Zuko.
Zuko, yeah.
He
in
is
it
in
too?
Korra.
He's
Yeah, he is in Korra. He's-
Very elderly, man.
I believe he's the
Yeah.
Fire Lord.
He is Fire Lord. Yeah, he's Fire Lord
It's like-
Zuko.
So in Ong's reign, his father was the Fire Lord, Zuko's, right?
Ozai,
Yes,
yeah.
Fire Lord Ozai was.
Yeah, because was General Iroh? He is the older brother to
Yeah.
Ozai, but for
Yeah,
whatever
but he
reason,
wasn't the
Ozai
Fire
was
Lord.
chosen as Fire Lord. So,
So, like,
I
he's
can't
the-
remember the story behind that, but
I
He's
believe
like
Iroh turned it down.
turned it down.
He
Okay,
probably did. I
that's-
wouldn't blame him.
Yeah.
Honestly.
yeah, he didn't want to fucking take over the.
Yeah, I don't know if he was.
He didn't like
chosen.
the politics and stuff. He was
Yeah.
doing the general, the conquering thing.
Yeah.
You know,
He'd
running
rather
around.
play
and-
mahjong and drink tea.
He was
Well,
also-
at that point, he was being a pretty violent general and conquering various nations in the name of the Fire Nation.
yeah,
After all that,
Or at
he
least
wanted
parts
to
of
play
nations.
mahjong. And
Yeah, he kind of.
Because the main nation they were.
Yeah.
The main
That
nation
is
they were
true.
trying to take over during Sozan's comment was the Earthbending nation, right?
Yeah.
Because they were the hardest. You had fucking
Bossing Say.
yeah, you had Bossing Say, and you had who was there? I forget his name, but the Lord of the Earthbenders.
Oh, you're right.
Aang's friend.
Oh, that's
Boomy.
not Bossing Say.
Yeah, but Boomy's not at Bossing Say.
Oh, he's not. That's
He's
right.
in Omashi.
He is.
Yeah.
That's right. But I mean, just him himself is pretty powerful. It's like
yeah,
dealing
Boomy's
with him would have
fantastic.
been a pain in the ass. So
Yeah.
but I love in Airbender when Sozin's comment when Iroh's like, oh well, you know what, I can use its advantages too, and he just starts fucking shit up with his firebending, where it's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, after he's been in prison for a while and gotten all ripped and.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, Sozin's comment powers me up too. Yeah.
I was like, why did you not have a guard watching him 24/7?
Yeah, it's like he was like the most successful general, like in the most recent 100 years for the Fire Nation. It's like obviously he's gonna.
Like, and not just in terms of like his ability to fight and bend fire, but as a strategist.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like any free time you give him is
that,
dangerous.
He grew to become like, I'm a secret good guy for the whole world who's going to also eventually get Zuko.
Yeah.
To be a good guy. Like, I'm going to warp my nephew's brain. I can warp people's brains, buddy.
That's how good he is.
Yeah, and he was great at it.
All it takes is time and tea.
Yeah, exactly. And then, I mean, it didn't take that much time and tea for him to, like, make Toph rethink things whenever they met.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, they don't respect me, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, no, they need you. Here, have some tea.
Like,
talk to her for an hour, and then she's like, you're right, old man.
Well, she does have the advantage of being blind. She can look more inward than outward.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, words hit heavier.
She can listen to things better, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, she claimed to be able to tell when people were lying most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I believe they used that in the show a couple of
It's
times.
like a vibration thing, I think.
Yeah, well, it's a heart rate thing or like a pulse rate thing.
Yeah,
but she has a problem because they catch Azula one time, and I think Azula says she's like a giant purple dragon or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Toph's like, oh yeah, she's really good at lying.
Yeah. It's like, because I can tell you're not, but you're.
But it seems like you
truthful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
So.
But yeah, Azula, she's a great villain just because she's so.
I mean, she's got points.
Cruel.
She almost ended the Avatar cycle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's come the closest of any villain. I mean,
Yeah.
except for maybe Zahir.
True.
So.
Yeah, I mean, she had the blue flames. She was just she could have probably ended up being more powerful than Ozai.
I think, yeah, probably.
Like she would have. If he would have won, there was no Avatar for to stop him. She probably would have been like the most cruel dictator.
Oh,
she
yeah.
had the most potential.
Yeah,
She
well, she
ended up
would have
being
been
the best villain.
stronger than him, and then just warped by him growing up her entire life.
Yeah, having the blue flame, having lightning, and being warped by him, and just being as cruel as she was. It's like, oh damn, yeah, she would have been pretty evil.
Yeah.
Then there's there's villains for other bendings, also. Like, at first, that guy from the North Water tribe, he's just an asshole to women in general. And, like, he was pretty villainous to women.
It's true.
Is that like Katara's like almost grandfather? Or
Almost grandfather, yeah.
Yeah, almost grandfather.
Yeah. And then Katara kind of like, I mean, she fought him well, but still lost. But then he saw the necklace, and
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is there any other bending like benders and
that one
Airbender?
Earthbender guy that was like trying to get Aang into the Avatar state? He wasn't really bad, but he was an asshole.
Oh yeah, the general that believed he
big
could.
rolling coin looking Earth chunks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was like the belief that Aang could just take
he,
down
like,
the Fire Lord if he
kidnapped
went into the Avatar
his
state.
friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he wanted ultimate power quickly, but obviously, as all movies and shows dictate.
I think it was around that time they revealed that it ends the succession of the Avatar too, if he dies in the Avatar state.
Yes. Yeah. If you die in the Avatar state, it's supposed to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The Avatar cycle. Yeah. Because none of the Avatars have died in the Avatar state. So.
Yeah, I mean, both of them that we've seen on screen came close.
Yes. Yeah. Extremely so. The one who probably never got the closest was probably Kyoshi.
Yeah, nobody even kind of tried to kill Kyoshi.
Yeah, she probably killed
I mean, they
plenty
tried,
of people
but
without going into the Avatar state.
they never got close.
She probably just used all 4 bendings really well and never had to go into the Avatar state to kick ass. So.
Yeah. But anyway, if we were wrong about which villain is the worst in Avatar, or
most villainous villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us how wrong or correct we are.
Yeah, and if you want to...
Villainous villain in Avatar?
Yeah, like who was just the, who was the most evil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the most evil?
Yeah.
The most
Yeah.
villainous
You have a
villain
contribution
that
off the top of your head?
most
Yeah.
villainy.
Off the top of my head,
Both series, we're looking at Airbender and Korra villains.
fuck, a lot of the Korra villains I actually kind of relate to.
Yeah, that's what makes a better villain.
Yeah, I will agree that Korra had better villains.
Being villainous in and of itself, I'd
Definitely
say
more.
that Amon was probably a really good villain, because even though I kind of like he wanted world peace, but he was going about it all the wrong way. So I think that makes for a good villain idea. Somebody who is trying to go for a goal, but doing it completely wrong, so the hero has to stop them. So I would probably say Amon is one of the better, more evil villains, because he's completely misdirected.
Okay.
But I like Kuvira a lot.
Kuvira is also good.
Oh, yeah.
We never really touched on
No, we
Kuvira.
didn't touch on Kuvira. Yeah, he's a good one.
And I think Kuvira is a good villain because not only is she like Amon in the fact that she wants to fix something, but she also has that, Adolf righteousness.
Oh, yes, very,
Like, Sieg Heil Adolf and everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adolf righteousness.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's not so much like Amon was trying to get rid of bending altogether because he was trying to make people equal.
Yeah.
Kuvira was just like, I don't think people should be equal.
I mean, I guess in a weird way, at least she's honest.
True.
She was basically saying that peace could only be attained through power.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should note that this is Dylan now talking.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, we should. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dylan also joined towards the end of the podcast.
Sneak attack in the
Yeah.
middle.
Sneak attack.
It's alright.
Been
Generally goes by
totally-
Harmon, which is
Hey,
confusing.
you said you had a gift for me. It's a
I
Dungeons
do
and
have a
Daddies
gift
kinda
for
gift
you.
thing?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a Dungeons and Daddies thing. I subscribe to that
It's a
Patreon.
Ziploc bag of dice.
randomly
Those are dice you can buy from Walmart. So
Yeah, they
no.
they randomly send you small merch if you're on the $10 one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I got that.
Number one dad, D20 stuff. Fucking A right.
It's a crit one dad.
It's a crit one. No.
Fuck you. Grace pointed that out too, and I was just like, oh, I thought it was just a D20 with number one
It
dad
says
on
number
it.
one dad on a
does,
D20. Relevant. Semantics are irrelevant. That's cool. I like it. Thank you very much.
Someone with
Yeah,
actual
it is
D&D knowledge.
Yeah.
It's like, wait.
You look at this and you forgo
Sticker.
all the knowledge in D&D. Just
Yeah.
go, hey, that's cool. Yeah, kick a dad there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's probably a double joke, a little tongue-in-cheek thing.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
It's very Dungeons and Daddies.
Yeah, I feel like
forward.
Dungeons and
Yeah, for
Daddies.
sure.
It's definitely a
100%.
double entendre. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, do all the stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
comment,
like,
subscribe.
yeah.
All that good stuff.
Only comment about Soren.
Yeah, definitely tell me that I'm wrong. I will 100% argue with you.
The only comment about Brandon.
Brandon or Soren.
Yeah, but
Argue
how-
with Soren, make fun of Brandon.
About how he's not in like 5 podcasts now, or to a certain point he won't be in like 5 podcasts.
Or how about
since
the
we
fact that
started.
I haven't seen this bitch ass in about 8 months?
Yeah, maybe longer.
Maybe longer than that.
Yeah,
Maybe a
I don't
year,
know.
maybe 2.
Yeah.